In this video, I'm going to show you how I make my favorite delicious cookies and cream buttercream. Hi, it's Karolyn. In this video, like I said earlier, I'm going to give you my recipe and show you how I make my most favorite cake filling that I make, which is my cookies and cream buttercream icing filling, whatever. It's really simple and super delicious, and I love it so much, and I wanted to pass it along to you, and I hope you will love it as much as I do. So if you want to see how I make this amazing cookies and cream buttercream icing, then just keep on watching. Okay, ingredients to make this. I have an 8-ounce block. This is 8 ounces, right? Yes, 8-ounce block of cream cheese, not the reduced fat, the regular kind. I have 4 ounces of salted butter, a half cup of shortening. You can use Crisco. I use Sweet Tex. This is high ratio shortening. It just has a better mouthfeel. 2 pounds of powdered sugar. Shout out to Target. A teaspoon of vanilla extract. I love Wilton Clear vanilla. It's amazing. Everyone loves the flavor, and you should really get it if you can. And also I have some Oreos. I put the Oreos in the food processor so they come out like fine little crumbs like this. And we will probably use about a cup of the crumbs in the recipe. So I forgot to mention this butter and the cream cheese is soft at room temperature. Just makes it easier to mix. If you don't have it at room temperature, just take it out of the wrapping and pop it in the microwave for a couple seconds to let it soften. So I'm going to add the stick of butter and then mix. And then turn that off. I have to, the latch thing doesn't work on this mixer, so I turn it on and off by plugging it in. It's a little ghetto, but it still works except for that, so whatever. Anyway, so after you mix the butter, add the half cup. Really? Oh man, I really like this. That sucks. Oh well. RIP to another cup measurer. What are they called? Measuring cup. Oh my God, what's wrong with me? So add a half cup of shortening. And mix that with the butter. And then add your 8 ounces of cream cheese. On high for about 30 seconds till it's all incorporated. And then I'm going to add about a tablespoon of the clear vanilla. I always eyeball it. And then from here, once that's all mixed, I always put a towel on top of my mixer when I'm adding the sugar to avoid the huge sugar cloud, dust cloud that happens when you add sugar. I know that they have I have that plastic piece that goes on top that you can, it's like a splash guard. I don't like it. So this is what I do. So cutting open the top of the bag to get some air in it so the sugar all goes down to the bottom. Then I'm going to add the sugar in. I have a little band here to make sure I can keep this on the lowest setting. I'm going to add the sugar in, turn it on a little bit to start it mixing. And now I'm going to cover this with the towel and pulse it to get it all incorporated and then mix it. I do it like this just so the sugar doesn't go everywhere. I don't want to add the sugar and throw it on high and just have it, even with this covering it, it will still go everywhere. So I just try to slowly mix the sugar in. And now you can see the consistency is really stiff. So I'm going to take this. Thank you to the lady who told me that this is actually a coffee scoop. because I had no idea what this was, but I use it as a tablespoon for what, it's actually a little more than a tablespoon, but I always add my liquids with this. So I'm probably, depending on the humidity, I'll add either more or less water. It's not that humid out. I may need 3 tablespoons. When it's more humid out, I'll only use 2. You gotta kind of eyeball it to get it to the consistency that you want it to be. So I'm gonna start with 2 tablespoons of water. And then just scrape down the sides. I don't like to use a scraper paddle when I'm making icing. I just feel like it goes everywhere. Like the sugar goes everywhere and it's just a freaking mess. So I like to scrape down the sides myself. And this is a much better consistency. It's hard to tell in a video, but it's spreadable, but it's not too thin, not too thick. So you just have to find what works for you and kind of go with that. So now, thank God I have a backup 1/2 cup measuring cup, whatever, RIP. So I'm gonna take a cup, so 2 of these will equal a cup of the crushed Oreos. And then slowly incorporate that together. And same thing, stop to scrape down the sides. I feel like I want to add a little bit more Oreos, so maybe about a 1/4 cup more. So 1 1/4 cups I'm doing in this. And sometimes when you add the Oreos, it does stiffen up the icing. So you have to see if it's still spreadable. This actually is still a good consistency. So just make sure it's a spreadable consistency and add more water as you feel needed. And there is your delicious cookies and cream cake filling. So here you go. Here is my yummy, so delicious cookies and cream buttercream. It smells amazing. It tastes amazinger. Is that even a word? So this cookies and cream, I like to chop up my Oreos in the food processor so it gets to be a fine crumb. You don't have to chop them up as much as that. If you want it to have little chunks in it, then don't. Then you can leave chunks. Who doesn't like chunks? Sounds disgusting. Okay, I don't like chunks, but hey, someone might. That's weird. Okay. So my favorite cake flavors to put this with, and the most popular, is chocolate cake with the cookies and cream filling. And people also really like it with yellow cake or vanilla cake. I've even had people order the chocolate chip cake with the cookies and cream filling, and I always thought that was a little weird, but apparently it's delicious. I've never tried that combination, but you know, hey. Hey. To store this, I would put it in a lock and lock because I love lock and locks, or any Tupperware airtight container. Put it in there and store in the refrigerator. It should keep for about 2 weeks. I make so much of it and use it so much that I don't ever keep it that long. I think 2 weeks is good. And good luck trying not to lick the spoon or lick the bowl as you're making this, because it's so amazing. So, I can't think of anything else to say about this. If you have any questions, leave them below and I will get back to you as soon as I can. And like always, please like this video if you liked it. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already and you want to see more videos like this. And you can follow me on social media. I am on Facebook and Instagram, and I have my website. I will link all of that below. I think that is it for now, and I will see you on the next one. Bye!